43, August of 43, after I graduated from high school, and went up to Farragut, Idaho for training, and from there we went to Jacksonville, Florida, and from there I went up to New York, boarded a ship, LSD. That's a landing craft for tanks, LSD, landing ship tanks, 511. You can look it up, it's on there. And we left February 29th, 1944, and took 30 days to get over to England. And once over there, we got there in March of 44. And in April 28th, we had our first action. We were in a convoy with 8 ships in the middle of the night, going down a channel, and 3 of them got sunk. One right behind us got their feet out. And the officer on the deck comes in and says, "You guys better be ready, we're next." We're lit up like a Christmas tree. So we got out of that one, thank God. And then came the invasion of Normandy. We were over there for that on a ship. And saw a lot of dead bodies floating in the water, a lot of sunk equipment, tanks and ships and stuff, you know. And while I was on the ship, we made 19 trips back and forth from France to England. And I came back in August of 44 and went to Washington, D.C., where I was stationed for the rest. That's all. But I saw a lot of ships.
So you were on the ship for a whole year?
For what?
A year? Or just a few months?
9 months.
9 months?
9 months, yeah.
So the training they had you doing in the country here was 3 months long? When they sent you to Idaho, and then they sent you to Miami, and then New York, and that was all 3 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville,
yeah. So,
Didn't you say, what did you bring back from France to Britain on the return trips, on those 19 trips?
Prisoners or patients, wounded people, you know.
Were you married then? Were you guys married then?
No.
Oh, okay. But have you known each other?
That one day we had a couple hundred German prisoners that we took back to England.
I worked with Charlotte, and he didn't have any money, so he came down to ask Charlotte to give him some money. And
Give you money?
He needed money, and Charlotte worked with me.
Oh,
And
I was, on the day of the invasion, I was supposed to go into the beach to see, you know, the small boat, the landing craft that those troops, you know, the door went down and they went up. I was in one of those going to shore, but we couldn't find a way in. There were mines all over, you know. So we stayed out till midnight, and there was air raid, and we couldn't get back on the ship then either. So we just sat in the boat waiting. The guy, the coxswain of the boat, there was me and him. We were cruising around, just getting dark, and one of the small boats, like when it was on, it blew up. And the guy says, Leon, he says, you better go up there and watch for mines. I said, I don't know what mines look like. And he says, well, try anyhow. So anything in the water, I said, get away from it, you know.
Yeah.
And then it got dark, and I couldn't see anything anyhow, so I sat down at the bottom of the boat. Just sat down.
Yeah.
tell him about when Charlotte and Kay came to see you.
Who?
Charlotte and Kay came to see you in Washington, D.C.
Well, that was when I was stationed at D.C.
I know, but tell him about your program, what you did there. You got drunk and they missed you and you sat on the curb.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, that's when you got drunk and sat on the curb and they said, oh, there goes
Oh no, that was when Baltimore.
Well,
Yeah, that's an interesting story.
LSD.
At the end of the war, in VJ Day, bunch of us went up to Baltimore. I was stationed in Washington then, and we took the train out, and we were supposed to go back by train. So it was hot, muggy night, and I got a little bit plastered.
Just a little.
Just a little. So I went and sat down on the steps there, and I must have passed out. Because the next thing, there was a cop over me. He says, "Hey, Salem, what are you doing here?" And I said, "I don't know."
Sailing.
And he says, something about where are your buddies or something like that. I said, "Oh, they're in Benjamin's bar." And he says, "Benjamin's? That's miles from here. How did you get up here?" I said, "I don't know." And I was sitting on a curb now. This is the middle of the night. Sitting there now. How am I going to get back to D.C., you know, without knowing where the depot was or anything? Pretty soon a taxi comes along, and somebody hollers out, "Hey, there's Paulie." It was the guys I was with.
With his episodes, yeah. They told me about. Yeah.
What did you do when you were stationed in Washington?
Pardon?
What did you do when you were stationed in Washington?
We were in the Naval Hospital there,
Okay.
taking care of, I was a hospital corpsman, pharmacist. I thought pharmacy would be a good, you know, Navy is supposed to give it education, not much of an education.
You know how to carry a
So
medicine.
pharmacist was out.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's enough. No,
How long did you serve in the? How long did you serve? How
3
long-
years.
You were in there 3 years.
Yeah.
So were you in Washington for 2 of them then?
Yeah.
Well, in between there. No, he was in a station in Washington.
Yes, I was.
For 3 years?
2.
Oh.
2 years.
Oh, well, what do I know?
Yeah, you weren't there.
What was the ship you were on again?
USLST 511.
Because we went in on the Lexington down in Corpus
Look, this
Christi.
is a lot smaller than the Lexington.
Okay.
A lot smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, I
300
couldn't handle
feet.
that one.
Yeah.
300 feet, length
That's
of
it?
football
Wow.
field.
That's
Not quite as
tiny.
not quite as wide either.
Were there carriers there at Normandy? I mean, you had bigger ships.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly was at Normandy.
Oh yeah, battleships. And I didn't see any aircraft carriers, but we could
We only got
hear the
we got
battleships
there at like
Yeah.
firing over us. You know,
the tours like
Yeah.
stopped at 5:30.
a lot of noise on the invasion. A lot of noise. At night,
And
we
we
could
went
see
down to
the
some parts where like
flares and stuff. You know, and hear shells exploding.
you
And all
kind of
that.
like
Yeah.
So you were staged out there for the Normandy invasion, but how long did it take before you landed the first time? You know, in France?
Oh,
From when the battle
I
started?
think second trip over.
Okay.
Second trip over. You see, what these ships would do with the landing craft I was on, we'd go into the beach at high tide, into the beach. Then when the tide goes out, we're sitting on dry land, you know.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then they can drop the bow doors and the ramp, and they can unload tanks or whatever you had on board. See?
That's how you do that.
So the only time we got into France walking was walking the beaches.
Yeah. That'd be pretty.
So then you stayed there, so you were able to, you just stayed there until the next high tide?
Right.
And then you went back to Britain again?
Load up some more.
Yeah.
We went to Le Havre, France. That was a port, but I didn't get to go ashore there. But when we pulled in to the dock there, the ship, we pulled in this way, the ship was crossing this way, and it must have hit a mine and went boom.
Yeah, she found the rock.
Yeah.
So they planted mines in
Oh,
your
yes,
ship?
millions of them. Millions.
Yeah.
It took many years to clear that up. Yeah, there were mines there for many years after.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Well, the hospital or medical. Okay.
And so then the smaller boats that you were on, you guys went and picked people up and brought them back to your boat?
We were supposed to do that on D-Day, but we couldn't get in the shore, me and the boat I was on, so,
Yeah.
because we didn't know where the mines were cleared, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's
The
interesting.
Seabees had cleared a path through the minefields, and they were supposed to be marked.
What are CBs?
The construction battalions of the Navy
Okay.
They were
Minesweepers.
clear the mines, but they didn't.
And this is before sonar and everything. Wow.
Yeah, they built the pontoon bridges and all that kind of stuff. The
Pontoon bridge.
Seabees built floating bridges that you could drive tanks on.
Yeah, and there were demolition crews that did the mine work too, so.
Now mind you, he was 17 years old. Can you imagine see when he went in the service? That's all he'll, yeah. Otherwise he would have been drafted.
No, but you can find out information pretty much on Google about the exercise tiger that was at night in April of the year.
Exercise tiger?
Exercise tiger.
And we used to belong to an activity group where we meet, once a year? The fellows that were with him, they all died off now. We don't meet anymore.
We went to a lot of reunions.
But when we started traveling, I had no idea about these ships, you know, and he took me on a big ship, and I was just, they were bunks after bunks, that stacked like sardines.
Well, you saw that in Lexington.
That's what I said.
Really cramped, like.
Yeah, you couldn't imagine sleeping like that.
And like the mattress was 83 inches thick. Like, I don't even know if I call it a mattress.
No, that isn't a cotton ball.
So what did you do in Britain? Did you have some time off when you were in Britain and you were able to see London and see different cities there?
Yeah. We were in Southampton most of the time. Plymouth and Southampton. And Southampton was bombed out. Just block after block. I saw a sign from the old Woolworth store. You guys don't know about Woolworths.
Used to be a 10-cent dime store.
5 store, but there's just a basement left of that.
Australia. Yeah.
I got up to London one night, but it was blackout. Couldn't see a darn thing.
Did you ever hear a V2 rocket?
Oh yeah, they were flying over.
Sure.
Dang.
Yeah, that's weather here.
Dad. Hey, over here. What about Grandpa? Did he serve in World War I? Grandpa?
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He never got out of the States.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
He was in training at someplace in New Mexico when the war ended.
Oh, okay. Okay. World War I.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You got anything to add about yours?
I wasn't in World War II.
No. Vietnam.
Yeah, we never heard about your experience. All I remember,
I'll tell you when I'm 91.
you wrote back a letter that says, Mom, the men are small and the bugs are big. That's what you wrote to me. You remember that?
No, that doesn't sound right.
That's what you said. The men are small.
I was engaged. So, me, don't listen to any of this. Okay, let's go.
No, he
Someday
never
when I'm
talked.
gone too, there's a file of papers up in my rooms about this thick, and a lot of other pictures and stuff from WWII.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be cool to see.
It's the file I got shows when the ship was built and when it was decommissioned. So they sold it to a Canadian lumber company.
Really?
And after a few years, they
Was it LST
put it out in the ocean.
or D?
T.
T-O.
What are you Googling over there?
Well, this is
LST 511.
Yep. Yeah.
Your Google searches just came back with drugs.
No.
T is in
T
Tom.
is in
Yeah,
Tom,
it said
There's a whole bunch
pigs.
about it online.
Yeah.
So this file you have has a bunch of pictures and stuff from your ship? The file has pictures and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
on your ship.
Yeah.
He just said he's got a file.
He's got that.
There was a story in that
Yes, I heard that.
Geographic magazine from the year 2002 that has a big write-up on the war too, and I've got that book upstairs.
Yeah?
So I got a lot of stuff up there that I did. I brought back a lot of kind of souvenirs. I brought my helmet back. Lorraine, you still got my helmet, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I had
You gave me a bunch of bullets.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you gave me a bunch of bullets from World War II.
somebody's got a bunch of money. You got money. English money? Did
I have
give
some
you that?
English money. I think I've
I
got
didn't
some.
give her that jar yet.
Oh, I don't have that one?
No, there was a package of bills too.
You've got that?
Not in that,
No, not in that.
in there?
No,
No.
somebody else must have that.
They got me one drink downtown.
French money and English money.
I'm the only one with a money collection.
Well,
Not in my own bank
I
account,
bought a
but-
money collection off. I bought some money
Off
off,
of
yeah.
him. Oh, that you haven't given me?
It's- Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I gave
but it
some.
wasn't in,
I
there's,
gave. She said it was for you, but she
Apparently
hasn't
I-
given it to you yet.
Yeah.
Weird how that
weird.
works, huh?
it's sitting on the mantle at home.
Now watch, she's gonna go snoop.
I'm the only one with a money collection.
That
I
didn't.
know.
Yeah.
That doesn't have any of the French money though.
Yeah.
I didn't get
paper
any paper money.
No.
No, that was just coins in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Some coins, silver dollars and gold $50.
Yeah.
50. A lot of coins. Well,
Yeah.
not a lot.
There was a lot in there. Well,
The donut, yes.
no, maybe it was half full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sitting on a mantle.
Oh.
Just came home and I
What were you saving it for?
I don't know. I just put it on the mantle and it's just been sitting there.
Oh.
Well, here, look at this.
I know.
Did you get?
Well, I gotta charge Jess for it. So I had to pay for it,
Interest.
so she's gotta pay me for it.
I'd buy it.
And interest.
Well, there's a lot of coins that might be worth a lot more than that.
Maybe that's why I didn't give it to her.
Yeah. There goes.
I've kept every coin I've ever been given, even all the ones from Cindy Bessemer. I still have all of them.
When I was cleaning out the basement, I found a whole bunch of
A chair?
no, not Australian currency. There is some currency that wasn't U.S.
Central American stuff.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's not really.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, you
So
can put it in the collection.
I've got it all, yeah. I need a bigger box.
There's all kinds of money.
Well, for a pretty price, Jess, I'll give you his collection. Because if it's valuable, then I might want it still.
How long have you had it?
Since I moved them.
You can't
Since
imagine
we
the noise
moved
of
up.
the torpedo. It's a ship. I was inside the cabin, and we were about 300 to 500 yards ahead of that one in front of us, and it sounded like I can't describe it because it's just a big boom like that, you know. And
So when the ships in front of you got hit, it made that big of a noise?
pardon?
It was the ship in front of you?
In back of us.
In back of
Hi,
you?
Miranda. Hi. Get it ready for bingo, huh? Okay. Yeah, and over 700 guys lost their lives that night. See, we were loaded with troops, vehicles, and everything, practicing for the invasion. And all those ships, the 3 of them, 2 of them got sunk. The other one was just damaged. But over 700 guys, soldiers and sailors, lost their lives that night.
That was a practice night?
Yeah.
Okay.
U-boat.
And the,
Eisenhower was in the National Geographic. Eisenhower was very upset about it. He was worried that they lost so much equipment, you know, jeeps, tanks, trucks, whatever, all fueled, ready to land, you know.
and how many days before D-Day was that?
About 5 or 6 weeks.
Okay.
April 28th, and D-Day was June 6th.
How many guys were on one boat?
No, there was,
Like-
how many guys on?
How many guys were on your boat?
Let's see, we were 40 in our group, and there was a crew of about 35, 40 also, I guess.
So it was 40 from the Army. So you were
Oh, no,
transferred
a
to the Army.
lot more Army.
Yeah, I mean, because
Yeah.
when you were full of
I'm glad.
tanks or jeeps, and you had a lot of people on
Could
board.
you get
Yeah,
it, please?
there's a doctor that was on one of the ships that went down. He wrote articles. It's all in my file.
Yeah.
You'll have to take that and look at it if you want. Because it's very interesting.
We should scan it all in and then make like a
In fact,
a book for each person.
in
Scan it down so
fact,
everyone has a
years ago,
copy.
there was a program on the History Channel that I got via, what do you call it?
VHS. Or-
A tape or something?
Yeah.
CD. DVD.
No, what do you, play on a computer.
Oh, DVD or CD?
Oh, like a USB drive?
Do you still
Anyways, you
have
play it
it?
on a computer,
It's
you
a
said.
little disc.
Yeah.
Oh, a floppy
The
disk?
History Channel recorded, had a program about that April 28th exercise tiger. And the doctor that was on that, he described it pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. He had to close the hatches. He knew there were guys down below, but he had to close the hatches to keep the fire from getting the rest of the ship, you know. So all those guys out there were trapped, couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And you have that, you still have that?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What did you do on the ship? What was your role?
Nothing really, just, see, we were, like I said, we were the
Transferring.
medical team. There were 40 of us. And we were just supposed to take care of the wounded from the invasion and stuff. So we just did nothing more over there, you know.
Yeah.
And it was boring. You know, 30 days on the ocean.
Yeah.
So what was your rank? What,
Pharmacist made second class.
pharmacist made second class?
Yeah, he was a good bit hand carrier. That's what I called him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
No, that's
Did you
right.
get to see much of France?
Not much.
Not much,
Just
just
walk
basically-
along, just walk along the beach.
Walking on the beach, that's about it. Yeah.
Even the first time we went over, it was probably a lot of mines and the stuff, so I didn't want to
It's
walk.
still pretty new, pretty fresh, yeah.
What went through your mind when you saw all those dead bodies floating in the river like that?
Well,
Didn't that
I
scare
know
you?
it's been so long ago.
Yeah, but, oh, wouldn't that
At that time, it really didn't
Was yours
think
register?
about it too much, you know. You're just doing the job.
Well,
Good experience, though. I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Glad I'm here. Thank you. A lot of guys my age aren't here now, you know, got, well, have you, some of you been to France, haven't you?
Jason has. Jason, yeah.
Jason has, Numia has.
yeah.
Now, you saw the cemeteries over there?
Oh, I don't know if they'd look.
I saw the grooves in Normandy in the ground from where the bombs hit. They're still there. Tons of cemeteries, tons.
Yes.
They're just, that's all it is, cemeteries now. But really nice.
Yeah.
The Americans pay to take care of it.
Yeah,
They do a
The
good
French
job,
don't take
too.
care of the cemeteries, the Americans pay.
and they're really, really,
They are very nice.
They're perfect.
yeah.
But on your trip, you didn't get one in Normandy?
We just went to a cemetery that's on our last trip,
Okay.
over on the other side of
Oh.
France, but, yeah, they're very, very well made, some of them
Are
got
they
today.
all like unmarked or un?
No,
No.
names.
Do they
Yeah,
have names?
they have unmarks and or unknown ones and regulars.
They were able to identify.
Dog takes.
Oh.
Well, I'm so glad you all came, and I want to thank you all again for all the nice presents. I see some good snacks there and some good beer. A lot of good stuff.
If you need help
A lot of good.
with any of this, let us know. If you need help.
Boy, carrying it up, yeah.
Smart ass.
Well, what else would he?